Hi, my name is Sarah Wendorf. I'm the first in my family's history to attend university. I attended Laurentian University and completed 3 degrees and a graduate diploma. I chose to attend university in my hometown where I grew up because it was my only choice. I could not afford to attend university elsewhere, especially not in Southern Ontario. I now work, live, and am raising my family in this same community where I grew up and attended university. I live in Sudbury, Ontario, and my community is burning down right now. I am proud of my city, my community, and living in Northern Ontario. Our lakes, wetlands, and forests, like you see behind me, are thriving after being completely stripped of vegetation, poisoned, and acidified to the point where my city was once considered a black, barren smear on the landscape. Decades of mining activities completely wiped out our forests and killed wildlife. I can now bring my children on hikes, go fishing, hunting, and spend time outdoors in this city full of healthy forests and lakes because of the work of a generation before me. The tireless and endless work, research, and continued leadership is not just in our city, but across the globe. All of this is now gone. I chose midwives for my pregnancies, births, and postpartum care of my 2 daughters. It was difficult to access these midwives, even with 2 clinics in my city. We had to wait until care was available to us. Clinics are very limited elsewhere in the north. Clinics that need continued graduates in French and English to survive. Having access to midwives allowed me and my family to choose how we wanted to proceed with quality reproductive health care. Midwives who are highly trained, highly dedicated professionals who work around the clock, 365 days a year. Those communities who do not have this choice of a midwife or have very limited access will suffer and will not recover. In a highly sought after and highly attended program at Laurentian, there is no reason for this traumatic and reckless loss among so many other programs that have contributed to the health, welfare, and livelihoods of those whom they serve. We, our community of Sudbury of Northern Ontario, lost our soul on April 12th, 2021. We lost an accessible, affordable, leading educational institution. Even though not all programs were cut, these cuts are fatal. Our community cannot recover from this, and it will lead to the demise of our university community and the choices that we have. The reputation of our university is gone. The excitement for students to apply to our university is gone. What's left is pain, grief, worry, trauma, and abandonment. There is no reason why this should have gotten to this point. Why have over 100 of my friends, colleagues, and fellow citizens been stripped of their jobs so heartlessly and suddenly? Why has it gotten to this point? Students whose programs have been ripped away. This could have been avoided, this could have been stopped, and this government needs to step in right now. We are not just a small community somewhere north of Toronto like we once were. We have worked together to become global leaders in our fields of work. We are vocal supporters of our Indigenous and Francophone communities. We are speaking on behalf of those who have always been silenced. And as we move backwards in reconciliation and minority education, they are being silenced again. When I say community, I'm speaking on behalf of Northern Ontario. We are a strong, tight-knit community. We speak on behalf of each other and we stand up for each other. I mentioned that I am the first in my family's history to attend university. I actually share this honor with my mother. After being a stay-at-home mom, raising 3 children in a self-employed family for over 30 years, my mom decided to finally do something for herself and obtain an undergraduate degree and an education degree. She attended Laurentian with me, beside me as her daughter in a university that made this possible for our family. Even though I have obtained an undergraduate education and graduate degree along with a graduate diploma from Laurentian, my mother is my inspiration. Her dedication to her choice and being successful in completing her dream is my inspiration. My children are also my inspiration. My children are watching my family experience this grief and the trauma that's tearing apart my community. My children will not have the same opportunities that I had and that my mother had to obtain a university education where we are choosing to live and remain in Sudbury, Ontario. I am urging the provincial government to step in and support an immediate end to the CCAA process. We need to find a different path forward that considers the needs of our community. If this continues, we will not recover from this loss. People are already selling their houses. Students are changing programs and moving away. And none of these professionals and future leaders will come back. People will exit the North, as we have seen so many times in the past. We cannot even begin to understand what this loss represents. Thank you for listening to my story.